luckily there's no guys up in the treetops today where we can see them.
Oh, yeah.
Do their death-defying.
Yeah, a lot of trees are down. I hiked down that trail yesterday.
Woods are closed.
Well,
Yes.
part of it was open.
No, the woods are all closed.
Are they all closed?
They are all closed. You'll be drinking now.
Well, I went down and there was nobody there.
Well, no, because no one's supposed to be there.
Well, that's good. Do us a favor, please don't go into the woods.
Tape that said don't go down, but that was taken off.
Well, that's because.
Maybe they didn't put it up, I wasn't the only one.
It's unsafe to be there.
So anyway, you made it through and now you won't go anymore.
No, I won't.
No,
Because I
seriously.
even asked somebody that was there, and they said, "I think it's okay."
Boy.
You can't babysit people.
I know when I lived in Wayne, there was a man who was killed walking the Wayne Trail after a storm when a big branch fell on him.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you have to be so careful. Anyway, so the roller is head to tail. You're gonna open the arms and stretch from one side to the other. Pulling the spines across the roller, feeling how the scapula gets pulled away from the spine. And you can even get a little massage in, lateral to your sacrum, get slightly into your glutes there. Think about having the natural lift through your waistline and through the curve of your neck. But notice where you're heavy and where you don't touch the roller under your body. It can be a little wider as you go from side to side here. And reach your arms long across the room. Try to feel that pull into the upper arm, across the shoulder, and into the chest. And then we can come back to center, stabilize through your feet. Maybe bring the legs in closer, about 4 to 6 inches apart here. And then we curve the arms up, embrace the air over your chest. Big, deep inhale. And then exhale, the air slides out from your throat, from your lips, as the arms descend. And inhale, you hug the air, gather it in towards you. And then exhale, you have the air expanding right over your body and pushing the arms out and down to the floor. So we rise again. So you can bring the fingertips to touch right over the medial line of your body here, and then pull the arms open, equidistant from center, equidistant from the floor, so they tap down at the same time, right and left. And then we lift the arms again. And exhale, picture the hands like magnets, drag them open. And then on the way up, think of trying to resist their pull towards each other. So Pilates, often we can create our own resistance using imagery like that. So you work a little harder. One of my teachers told me that the body doesn't know the difference between a 10-pound weight and imagining a 10-pound weight. So that would only be true if you're really good at imagery and really focus on it. And then pull this open again. Now lift the arms up to the ceiling, straight arms here. Reach the hands up high, put the shoulders off the roller, and then exhale, let them sink down and embrace the roller beneath you. That acts to stabilize your body on the roller. So we lift again. Now the stability has to come through being grounded through your feet and being equally balanced along your spine, torso centered on the roller surface. So the arms reach up, keep reaching high through the fingertips, and then widen the collarbones to pull the blades down. The shoulder blades descend, and you feel that massage, that embrace of the shoulder blades and the spine, hugging the roller. So inhale to lift, and then exhale to sink. Picture the air filling your lungs, the body expanding as the arms reach up, so the navel lifts, the ribs lift, and then exhale, the blades pull down, and the navel sinks towards the spine. One more like this, reaching up as high as you can go. Feel the chest narrows, the back broadens, and then exhale is to the reverse, come out of that position to pull the blades down. Now on the inhale, turn your palms forward and exhale, glide the arms along your side. We'll inhale to lift the arms up to the ceiling and exhale, sweep them back by your ears. Big stretch, full length, and reversing up. Arms parallel here, and then exhale, fingertips slide down and touch the mat. Arms lift on the inhale and exhale, sweep behind you. And then reversing the direction. And all the way forward and down. So you feel the line of the arms into the front line of your armpit. That's the edge of the pec here. Stretching the chest and then bring the arms forward. And all the way forward and down. And one more time. So the back of the armpit here, that's your lat. So when the arm goes back, you are getting a little stretch in the lat, as long as you keep the ribs grounded. And then reverse the direction and place the arms long at the side of your body. Here, let's bring the hands to your shoulders and circle the elbows in and up. Exhale out wide, around and down. Shrugging the shoulders, lifting, and then going out, around and down here. Deep tissue massage in the upper back, around the shoulder blades. Breathing through this, you want the fullest, deepest breath in. Pull the air to the bottom of your lungs, and then exhale it out from there. Your arms go wide, they go low, and then you scoop them in, skimming the side of the ribs, the side of the chest wall, and up again, one more circle. Complete that circle, and now let's reverse it. Going down and out to the side, around and in, and again. Let your shoulder blades move underneath you or top of the roller for a little extra massage there. You shrug the shoulders up and then you pull them down. Reach again. Circle around and pull the elbows in narrow. And one last one. Then we can extend the arms forward, lengthen them at your side. And we inhale to lift the arms up to the ceiling and back by your ears. And exhale all the way wide around and down. Snow angels, turning the palms down and then rising again. Up and back, you yawn this open and reach out long. Palms down and do it again, up and back. Exhale, around and down. One more time. Circle here, press the air out, and let's reverse. So palms up to circle out wide. Lift the arms as they go past your shoulders, and then push them forward through the air, dive them forward to the ground. Palms up, take up all the space around you that you can, exhale, and then breathe out all the air you can out of your lungs. Breath in, with the body lengthen, and exhale, press it out, the navel sinks down. One more time. The circles might gradually get bigger. And here, diamond arms. So thumbs connect, index fingers connect, elbows wide, and the wrists are straight. You sweep the shape back, frame your face. Exhale, bring the shape forward, flip the hands over your abs, and do it again. Arching back with the arms, they reach behind you, coming forward. This is how it feels on the two sides of your upper chest, right where the collarbones are, because the collarbones are spinning backwards as the arms go back and then rotating forward on their own axis as the arms come forward. You can always, if one side feels tight, take the other opposite hand and sort of bring the arm up, find your collarbone, massage along the top and bottom of it, so thumb above, index finger below, and then move the arm back and forth. Or you massage out muscles at the top and the bottom of your collarbone. And then see how that feels. Should be looser on the side. And one last one. All right, we'll slide off of the roller here. And take it across the upper back, right at the base of the shoulder blades. So curve back here, supporting your head with your hands, feet are grounded, Toes point straight ahead of the knees. And we're keeping the hips grounded as we inhale to arc back. Put your hip ball back into your hands. Thumbs by the occipital ridge. And then exhale, tip your chin to your chest. Pull the elbows forward and down. Curve the tail up. And then pull back now. Look behind you, eyes open wide. And then exhale. Is narrows and looks down towards your nose as you pull the elbows in towards the navel. As we arc back, the tail sinks into your mat. You stretch the abdominal line, jaw to tail, and then exhale, pull that line together so the tail is lifting towards your forehead as the eyes look down into your belly. Do that once more. Arching back, elbows widen, they drop towards the ground, and then exhale, pull the elbows up and in. Look down and feel that upper up curl. So we lift the hips, you're still holding on to the base of your skull, and you can push forward and back with your legs to roll only onto the rib cage and the thoracic spine. So as you pull your knees forward, you might lift your hips and lower your head, and then you lift your head, push off your heels to come up into the upper up curl with the roller near the base of the rib cage. This gives you a deeper massage, deeper pressure into the roller. And a chance to also work through the hamstrings and the glutes as you lift your hips up to the ceiling, as you bring the roller up by your shoulders. Never stay off your neck. And then come back to center, lower your hips, and we'll roll from side to side, rotation, twisting to the right, and then rotating here to the left. Opposite hip stays grounded. So you give it a little bigger stretch here by putting extra weight in your opposite hip. Okay, and then roll up to sitting. Take that roller out from underneath you and slide it under your knees. And then we can roll back with control. Lay your head down and hips up to roll the roller underneath your sacrum and pull the knees into your chest. So we'll lift the legs up to the ceiling and do a scissor split. So right leg back, left leg forward. Stretch across the top of the left hip and the back of the right leg. And then we switch the legs. Toes are soft, so don't overpoint the foot. When I mention air between the toes as you move your legs through space. Just breathe, inhale for one direction and an exhale for the other. As the leg lifts, you might want to even bend the knee to pull the leg back a little closer to your chest. Just be sure you're feeling the stretch in the belly of the muscle and not at the sits bone, not too much at behind the knee either. Legs glide through the air in their own plane of movement. So when they pass it up be 4 to 5 inches apart. Right, and then we'll lift both feet up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate, heels touch. And then let's pull both legs apart sideways. And then exhale, pull the thighs together to close the heels. Do that again to open. And then exhale to close. Open down. Exhale here. One more like this. Inner thighs touch, inner heels touch. Then the left leg is up, the right leg goes out and down on an arc. Left hip is heavy, let's pull the leg up slowly. Usually you have to drag it up to the air, the right leg is pointing to the ceiling and stable there. As the left leg goes sideways and out. And then bring the left leg up with the upper inner thigh, connect your feet, and then take the right leg up and down. Look all the way up here. It touches, and the left leg is down. We'll do one more set of these. Exhale and lift, and last one. Now bend your knees, reach your chest, lower the feet. And we'll slide the right leg forward, the right leg back. Big stretch here across the right front line of your body. The big press might be the highest point here. Thinking everything falling away from that elevated hip bone. Stretch the fingers, stretch through the toes, but let everything in between just melt down towards the ground. Feel the support of the floor underneath you, the support of the roller as well. Try to take the deepest inhale you can. And then exhale out as slowly as possible. Then we'll bring the arm back to the roller, the foot back in, and now the left side extends. Leg stretches forward, arm stretches back. Every exhale is over to the side. Sometimes too, with people who do movement and breathing in very specialized ways, they'll have you exhale with the S sound like you're a snake hissing. So you can try that, so we help breathe in. Exhale. It sounds a little bit like a tea kettle coming to the boil, right? So inhale. And exhale. See if you can picture your body deflating on the exhale and dropping deeper into the ground. Right, and then both arms are forward, both feet are in. Let's lift up off of the roller, slide it out from under you, and then come up to sitting. We are going to take it across under our armpits here on a slight diagonal. So we lay on your side to do a full body rotation here. So it's angled higher by your face, lower by your hips. And you want to get the armpits right over the curve, about 4 to 8 inches maybe from the front edge. Knees are stacked. You can support your head with your hands. Feet are stacked and your feet in line with your tailbone. So let's first look down, tuck your chin to your chest, and then pull the elbows around the roller, opening the space between your blades. Feel that stretch. And then you bring your gaze across the roller, across the floor, up the wall to the ceiling, and then we spiral back. You will angle the roller hopefully so that those shoulder blades are supported here. And then you can lift the left elbow up a little bit so you can pull both elbows down and hang your head back behind you. So you're in extension with that rotation. The bottom leg is steady, the top knee may have lifted and slid back a little bit. So to come out of it, still hold your upper body where it is, slide your top knee forward, pull the hip forward, move the hip, move the pelvis, come up the spine, big exhale to tuck your chin in towards your throat and hug the roller with your arms. And we do that again. So you're going slowly here, letting your gaze go across the sky and look out behind you towards your elbow here. And both elbows drop towards the floor. You feel that you're supported across your shoulder blades. Let your head hang supported by your hands. And then move that top knee forward, then move the hips, then think of the tail spinning, and let the vertebra spin from the bottom to the top as you come around and forward into that embrace of the roller here. And I know this can be a lot if your lats are tight right now, so you always can add extra padding under the armpit, especially if you have one of those harder rollers. So turn your head, let your head fall back into space with the support from your hand. Stretch your throat, and then coming up. So the head is being just supported passively as you work up the spine. At the very end, you can tuck your chin in, look down, and hug the roller again. This is excellent. So we're coming up to do the other side. put it on the ankle. So go to the other side here. And wrap your armpit around the curve. You have your legs stacked, edges of the feet, knees, hips stacked as well. Hold your head here, thumbs along the occipital ridge. Look down, chin to chest. Pull the top elbow in, touch the roller. Feel that stretch landing into your back. The gaze moves forward and up. And we start to lay back. Hopefully you've angled it so that you feel both shoulder blades supported on the roller. If not, next time you come up, you can adjust that. Falls into space behind you. And then we start top knee, hip. Start turning the tail, the waist moves forward and around, work up your spine, vertebra by vertebra, come all the way around and hug the roller again. And then we start this over, second rep, take it around to back. Let your weight of your body help push the roller up into the body, push the body down into the roller. Keep up a strong massage there. And then see how much of a stretch you can feel in the tissues in your body as you come around. Letting the lower part of the body pull the upper body around. The head is the last thing to come down and look in towards your center. We'll do that one more time. Gaze goes across the room, up and then back. Open the chest here, head hangs back. Stretch slightly across the abdominal wall. And then knee initiates, and then you just let the movement flow up your spine, ending with the head tucked in between your arms, nose in by the roller. And then we can come up to sitting. And take the roller across the end of your mat for roll. So this is going under the Achilles, and tuck it in by the heel. Further, good idea to try to get your head on the mat and get down. Your arms can go forward, push the roller away with your legs, and you curve your spine down, vertebra by vertebra, inch by inch to the ground. Let's yawn the arms open back behind you. Feel that stretch in your lat and the armpit again. Lift the arms up. Weight the shoulder blades, lift your head, neck, and shoulders big. Exhale to come up. The waist flex back. You dive over your legs and try to reach for your ankles, reach for your toes, reach for your knees, whatever, right? And then we're pushing the roller away. You're always welcome to have weights on your ankles, not use the roller, or use a TheraBand around your feet to help you figure out this control. Much harder to do the roll up when the legs are not pressing into the ground. Check that you have reverted to using your stronger side on the lift and then also in the lowering. You know you have a side that likes to lead. Think about the other side doing the majority of the work, bringing you up and down. It's just enough of a reminder to kick it in so it works equally usually. So lifting the head, the downward line, pull up at the back of the skull, pulling you up and arc over and forward and down. Suck the waist back, feel that C-curve spine stretching for you. And then the arms reach forward, lift them up to the ceiling, or keep them lower. You want to have the arms in a place that's challenging, that allows you to do the work with really care and consideration for your spine. We'll come up one more time. Exhale. Breathe the air out of your body, out of your lungs. Suck the waist back. Take that stretch. But stay here. See if you can lift the belly, let your head drop, and feel that stretch, maybe in the hamstrings, maybe in the lower back, maybe all of those places. And then you can slide your hands along your legs as you come upright. And let's take your right leg into a figure four. So you have the edge of the foot, the right foot, sort of parallel to the inner line of your left thigh, and the knee can drop out to the side. Now, if it's high, you could take a ball or your yoga block and take it underneath, where it will give you some support. And that's really nice because what that allows you to do is like let the ball support the leg so you don't have to hold it up, right? Because if you're tight, the inner thighs are going to try to lift the leg while you're trying to sink it down. So now from here, fist by your hips, push into your arms, lift your chest into a bit of a seated swan. So you go up, up, up. The line of your torso should be parallel to the wall, and then you waterfall backwards over your shoulder blades. And then we release out. Take your hands to the left leg and slide the hands down your leg, over your knee, down your shin. Stretch here and anchor through the right glute. See if you get that feeling of stretch a little diagonally into the back of your body. And then we step the spine up. Hands fist down, push down, elbows can bend back and in to open the chest as you lift the heart up and look up with your eyes to the ceiling. Bring your gaze across the ceiling, down the wall to the horizon, and then look down and then slide the hands out along the leg again. Stretch here, full reach. If you want, you can flex the foot and pull the toes back towards your belly. And then let's articulate up again. Do one more of these, fists to the ground. Chest rises. I'm going to feel the stretch in the abs. The release of the blades down your back, and then back to neutral. And less time to go forward and over. So let's stretch here. Just watch you're not forcing the knee to straighten. You feel a gentle tug, but you don't want to overdo it. And then we come up one more time. Hands at your side, and let's switch the legs. Whoop. And the roller may disappear, but so you can catch it. All right, so now the other leg is out to the side. You sit upright. I know, if only I had fun to get a ball. So here we go. So fist down. Now there'll be a tendency, like particularly when one leg is tight, to lean to that side. So try to get equal weight into the sits bone on the other side. And then we're rounding over, we're curving forward, we're stretching out the back here. Head hangs down, think the forehead towards the knee. And then zip your back up that imaginary wall, hands behind you, punch down, lift up, and try to open the collarbones and let the blades pull down and in towards each other, down towards the tail. And then come out of it, look down and round forward again. And stretch forward here fully. And articulate up. Fist down, heart rises. Release, and over you go again. Lift, come up. Got a gentle stretch in your throat, so just feel the skin stretch a bit, muscles as well. And last one, over and down. Again, checking that you haven't rocked your hips to one side to get the figure four knee lower. So let gravity do that work for you, and then come up last time. And come on back. And here, let's crisscross the ankles. Or you can lay the feet a little more open, so the knees maybe go lower. Here you can also sit elevated on a yoga block. And we're just taking the roller right in front of the knees, press down into it to go up through your halo. Look down. This is like a seated spine stretch, but with that opening stretch of the inner thighs. You only do it if your knees feel okay with this. You're going to go forward, let the roller roll up towards your elbows. Head hangs down, and then press into the arms. Stack your spine, so the movement of your spine is what moves the roller. Come to your best posture, perch right on your sits bones, and look down again. Let the head fall forward, move out the head away from the shoulders, feel the stretch in the cervical vertebra and the neck. Then you go out over it and down, waist pulls back. As you dive your head down and forward with the spine, the roller moves away from you and gives you a little stretch into the tissue of your arms. Push down into the arms, sink the tail, try to lift your body up on top of your sits bones, inch by inch. And then here, let's recross the legs. Whichever one's in front is now behind. And again, sit upright. Should be a little indentation in your waist. And then we look down and roll this forward again. Roll it over. We'll stretch here. Down into the roller. Stack your spine so the roller comes in towards your knees, towards your feet. Sit upright to the best of your ability, right? And then we look down, move the head, then move the neck, and then think about the shoulders and the thoracic spine. Go out in a curve, over and down. Push the roller away, feel the stretch in your arms and the triceps, and then push down lightly into the roller as you come up. Bring your gaze across the floor and up the wall to the horizon. We're lucky here with this new breathe. And then look down one more time. And then press come all the way upright. Heart is hot. Right, uncross your legs. We're taking the roller for a hot dog between your knees and the arches of your feet. This will substitute today for our hundreds. So we can roll back. Upper ab curl, elbows wide. Press into the roller down the full length from your thighs to the edges of your feet. And then support your head with your hands. Pull the head up, pull the elbows down and in, and then skate the roller forward to keep it parallel to the ground. Go as far as you can without your back getting concerned, and then pull it on back, right? You're trying to keep the feeling of downward press through the arch in your back. It might lift a little, but not so much that you totally rock the pelvis. Just feel the increasing load in your abs, and the further the roller goes out, maybe the more you feel it in the upper abdominals. When you first take it forward, you'll feel that first, I think, in the low abs. Hug the ball, let the ball, the roller, squeeze it in, pull it back, so you also feel that work in your upper thighs. Let's do that one more time, nice and slow like this, reach it away. Slowly increasing the load away from center. One of the ways that we get really strong in our core with Pilates, and then exhale and pull it back. Keep lifting up, re-engage the upper ab curl, and then we can take this out to the side. Place it down. Place your hips down and grab your TheraBand for single leg circles. So first, we put this into your chest, just in case you needed it. Feel a little enthusiastic with the last exercise, and then circle the knees around and into each other. Doing a double knee stir here, and then reverse the circles. All right, you can lower the left foot, and then let's take the center of the band on the tarsal, the balls of the right foot. And we lift the foot up to the ceiling. You're going to choke up on the band and slide your elbows down, and then the left leg also extends along the floor. So pick the leg up, maybe choke up on it more if you need to. Give it a little tug back over your shoulder. Knee could be bent, depending on how tight the back line is. And now here, flex, lifting the heel up and the toes down towards your knee. Then point the foot, reaching up to the ball of the foot, and then curl the toes a bit forward. The toes pull back, and then you flex at the ankle so the heels lift and the ball of the feet falls back. So roll through your foot like that one more time. Come back to full flexion at the ankle, dorsiflexion of the foot and ankle here, and then a soft point to circle. Inhale across the body, feel the stretch in the lateral leg, go low, heavy to the left side, out around with the leg to the right, and bring it up to the ceiling, and do it again. We have a short, deep inhale to begin the circle, and a long, slow exhale, becoming around, 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 and up to the top, all in that exhalation. The shorter the inhale, the longer the exhale, the more you're going to feel the low abdominal line engage, particularly your transverse abdominis, which is really like the girdle here for our low back. And then reach a little further with every circle that you're drawing in the air, holding the body perfectly stable, perfectly still on your mat. Everywhere that it touches stays grounded. We'll come here to the top and now reverse. So left side heavy, the right leg moves to the right. Exhale, reach down and low. Float across an internal rotation. It's neutral at the top. Externally rotate to sweep it out to the side. Remember, the right side gets heavy before the leg moves to the left, and the left side anchors down before you pull the leg out to the right. So while this looks like it is just like a leg movement, it's really full body. We're trying to really focus on improving the length of our exhalation to improve our lung capacity, and also our awareness of stability here through the core while we move the leg. So bring that up. Let's hug it in for a sec. Floating tight. And then lift the leg up to the ceiling again. We'll take both ends of the band in the right hand and open the leg out to the right. Give it a gentle little rock here. Proceed the left hip down. If it lifts, which it often will want to, right? Because you've got a lot of weight here. 1/6 of your body weight is in that right leg. Moving away from your center. And then let's pull the leg up to the ceiling. At the top, switch hands. Cross the right leg over, and this time you can let the right hip lift. Reach out with your hand, pump up along the floor. Look over that right hand and stretch the leg as far as you can out into your strap. Then pull it towards your shoulder and rotate that right femur internally to get more stretch into the glute and across the lateral hip. I know it's a lot, but it should feel really good. Hopefully it does. And then the hip comes down, you lift the leg up. Give yourself an extra little stretch here in the hamstring by pulling the foot back over your chest and shoulder. And then we fold the knee in, embrace it. Or you stretch the other leg a little longer away from you. And now let's release that right leg forward and down. Shake your legs, bounce them a little bit, and then let them relax in external rotation. And just notice the difference in length, but also in height off the ground. That was great. I really feel like my right side has dropped from my hip bone to my rib cage, much lower than the left side. Hopefully you're noticing some changes here in a positive direction also. So let's pull the left knee in. First, hug it tight. And then you can place the band wide on the sole of the foot. So it goes across the metatarsals and the beginning of the arch of the foot. Toes are above the edge of the band. And then we stretch the leg up into the band. All the bands here are pretty much different densities. Doesn't matter what color they are. All the companies have their own color code. But you just want to find a place where you feel like the leg is supported. The elbows are reaching forward and down to relax the shoulders away from your ears and breathe into this. So we point flex, pointing up to the ball of the foot, and then curling the toes down towards the knee. And again, usually inhale to point and exhale to flex. Working this slowly, you want to feel the movement of the muscles, the movement in the joints. And we end with a soft point. Maybe lower the leg just a fraction forward. And circle. Inhale, the left leg moves across to the right and goes low. Exhale, rotate, bring it out to the side and up to the ceiling. And reach again. Circling here through the air. Picturing that each circle can get a little larger and freer, maybe more perfect than the last one. Opposite hip is grounded, and then you reach away. And that's true for both directions. We do one last one. Let's hear that deep full breath in, and then a long, slow exhale out. Should be a sustained exhalation to the top and reverse. With the left leg out to the left, right side grounded, bring it across and up, holding the left side heavy. And the elbows are supported here by the mat, by the floor. We might move the forearms, trying to keep the hands and wrists as straight as possible for this action. Don't forget, we are circumflecting, which means that the leg goes in external rotation as it moves away from center, back to neutral. Internal rotation as it crosses the body and then comes up to neutral at the top. Okay, we do both directions, right? So we're going to take the ends of the band in the left hand, rotate the leg externally, right hip is grounded, put your hand maybe on the hip bone crest, and then bring the left leg out to the left. Little gentle, slow, small bounce. Bring the heel to the wall in front of you, and then the toes to the wall behind you. And then as you exhale, we pull with the upper inner thigh, we lift the leg back up to the ceiling, switch hands here, and then pull it across the body, arm extends out, reach long through the sole of the foot, rotate the leg internally, breathe into this. Breath in, long slow breath out. The longer the exhale, the more relaxed your nervous system becomes. I'll use a little bit of that. One more breath. And then unwind the body, bring the head down to lift the leg up. And then fold the knee into your chest, hug it in. Pull that tight. And then release the leg forward and down. Shake it out. And see if you manage to even out your body, the load, the weight, the length, the energy. All right, so let's pull the right leg in, left leg up, elbows wide, move forward and up, rolling like a ball. So sit here to the front of your mat, hold onto your shins. If you want a little extra help, bring your hands to your thighs instead. Elbows wide, pick up your feet, look into your ass, and we roll. Pull the tail up, shoulder back to your shoulder blades, hips in the air, exhale forward, come back up. And then take it back again. Balance on your shoulders, come up to balance on your sacrum. Eyes are fixed on the belly and the spine stays grounded and curved. Elbows wide and lifted, help you pull the ribs back between your shoulder blades. And have a nice deeper round surface to roll on. So imagine yourself inside a ball on a bubble and go back without breaking through. One more time. And then, thanks for coming. Appreciate you taking the time. Good luck with the trees.
You see the amphitheater?
I haven't seen
You
it.
should drive, when you leave today, you should just, if you have time, drive up and around. It's
Oh my God.
massive. I didn't see it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't gone up
I
there.
saw it yesterday. I'd heard, but yeah,
So horrible.
yeah.
And
But
it broke some of the rungs or the.
yeah, it
walls.
missed it. Yes, it's on the, I didn't look too closely, but that's what I read in the email. It's a lot of masonry, but not the main center part. It's kind of over,
Oh, I see that was
like if you're coming up from this side,
right.
it's the farther side that's like toward Lang. So
Yeah.
it missed till, I would say, like, I could imagine, like, those trees coming down could have really damaged some buildings.
Yeah, they had fallen a different way.
Right.
But it's where you can see it if you drive up around the circle.
I can go tomorrow. I think I have an hour off after this.
Yeah,
So,
it's pretty, because I think they're gonna clear them and it'll be out by the weekend, I guess, is what I heard.
well, they have to with graduation coming up.
Graduation's at the
It's
man
gonna be
again.
at the man again.
Yeah, but I think don't they still do like
baccalaureate.
Oh, they
or
probably, yes, they
something like
do
that.
baccalaureate last collection, you're right, yes, they do, yeah. Well, it's the last admitted students, the second one is on Friday, and they're doing the Crumb Regatta. So they figured out, I don't know how Jeff does this, but they figured out a way they're allowing people to get in
Just sort of
to the woods to still do that event. Because there's a lot of trees. We did an Earth Day thing last week, and I got to see a lot of it, and it's a really good reason why it's all shut down.
Yeah, I mean, the Inquirer reported 60 trees down. It's really sad.
It is. But they'll go somewhere good. He and I had a couple conversations because I'm not interrupting class.
That's all right.
The new design for the new athletic facility, they had us all do this thing called biophilic design, which is like how humans interact with buildings and materials.
Mhm.
And Jeff and I were sitting at a similar table and talking about like the wood floor here, some gyms, really nice, like state-of-the-art professional facilities. I've been in the gyms actually have wood beams all the way around. And so we were just talking about, because the architects and the firm that deals with biophilic design, they're outsiders, and they're learning how Swarthmore actually incorporates all that really well.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like up on by the new Singer Hall, they have a bunch of fallen trees that they made an art installation.
Yes, I've seen that.
Have you seen that? And it's like it's about halfway through the decomposition. Like it's a really cool like learning thing too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and he told me they built a hiking trail for the nursery school, so like it's a
I saw
teachable
that
course.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cute. So
It's almost like an agility course for dogs.
yeah, and he said it looks kind of like that, but it's for the. And he's like, I said it's open to anybody because I have nieces and nephews visiting for break later this week. I thought we could
That'll be
check
so
it out.
fun. Yeah, bring them up.
Yeah, but you should drive. Yeah, if you can this week, go see because it's sad, but it's also like really I think it's powerful. Like you realize how big the trees actually are, the elms are in there.
There was one I walked up in the cherry orchard area, right? And this was right before a couple of the trees were blue, but not most of them. But I saw like some enormous tree trunks that had come down and they had like carved them out. So they were like big, looked like Cheerios almost.
Yeah.
Like there. But like just the size of them gives you an idea of how old those trees were.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's massive.
All right.
So I hope I didn't interrupt your flow.
No, that's okay. We know we can pick it up and go again. So unfortunately for you, the next part of the flow is the app series. Here we go. So, no, but thank you for sharing that. I'll definitely go look at the theater.
Well, it's one of those things because if you don't know about it, you miss it.
Right.
And it's, like I said, it was powerful to see it yesterday. It's very sad, but also very like, wow.
So one leg pulls in, the other one stretches out. So they work like pistons here from your center. And you pull the leg in, push down with the hands, push up with the shins. And with the left, pull both knees in, double leg stretch. Reach arms and legs up to the sky, fingertips and toes. Circle wide with the arms, embrace that in. And then you lengthen again. Leg the legs in, feel that connection. And then as you get used to the movement over time, you can open the shape more. When you start, it's pretty much arms and legs straight to the ceiling. The last one, reach it away, pull it together, rest your head down, and rock your head slowly side to side. Let's roll forward and up.
And then roll back down to your best upper curl. Give our neck a chance to reset. And we go down into the upper curl, pull both legs in, both legs up. Reach high up on the ankle or calf with the right leg. Pull yourself a little deeper into the curve and we switch the legs. And switch again. Feel that tug, that pull into the hamstring. I know it's so tempting to look up at your feet, but you really want to look down along the midline of your body. So you stretch the back of your neck and you're not hanging your head back and straining your throat. We'll end with the left leg up. Bring the right leg to meet it and slide your hands behind your skull. Give it a little extra tug, and that releases the neck. Then we slide the toes forward across the ceiling, increasing the load into the low abs without shifting the pelvic girdle. And then bring the legs up on the exhale. So inhale forward. So you really want to measure this out slowly and carefully, so the weight of your legs doesn't torque out your spine. Being aware that the psoas muscles, as strong as they are, connect at the top to your discs, as well as the vertebra. We want to be respectful of their position and maintain it. We'll do one last one here. This is a great exercise to do really slowly. Feel that work increase and then pull away from it. And then let's twist to the right and into the left. High on the shoulder blade and then spinning to the other. One more set and we end to the left. Back to center, lay your head down, put the knees in. All right, and roll up to sitting. We've already sort of done like a spine stretch thing, so let's go onto our sides here. Support your head. If you don't like the support from your hand with the elbow grounded, you can lay your arm out straight and lay your ear on your arm. So legs forward, maybe 30 degrees. Pick up your top leg, flexing both feet. Inhale, swing the leg forward and pulse once, twice. Point the foot and reach it back and lengthen 1 and 2. Flex to go forward, double beat. Point to go back, stretch and stretch again. Use the core, use your glute. The body stays stable here. As you advance, you can see if you can hold your head with both hands and still hold the position of your torso steady. And then come back to center and lower the leg. We rotate externally, point the foot to lift the leg up and flex the foot to bring it down. Point to drag the space open between your legs and then exhale, squeeze it together. Point to lift, flex and down, now reverse. Flexing up, point, lengthen it away. Flex to rise, point and stretch down. One more, flex up, point down, développé, so bend the knee to the armpit, the foot to the ceiling, flex the foot and reach it away. So you draw it in, extend it up, flex and down. One more. Try to keep it smooth, reverse up. That was for me as much as for you. And then slide it down all the way, full length. Flex, lift, point, bend, and skate forward. Reach it out, up, point, bend. Exhale all the way down, pull the belly tight. And now, rond de jambe. So bring the leg forward, rotate up, back, around, and through center. Now here's where it's super helpful to have your hand placed firmly into the mat in front of your chest. Let's do one more for good measure. All the way around, and let's reverse it. So you use your glute to pull the leg back. You rotate your spine up, forward, and around. Reach again, the leg gets longer and longer with every circle. Do 2 more here. And then one last one. All right, and onto our stomachs now. Overlap your hands, rest your forehead on the overlapped hands. And legs in parallel. We're going to pick the right leg up and press the right hip bone crest into the mat. Exhale, lower with control, so no dropping. And then the left leg lifts, the foot stays pushed forward and into the ground, and lower again. Right leg, alternating the legs here, up to really fire up the hamstring and the glute. Lift here, and bring it down. And one more. So by pressing the hip down, we also end up getting a little stretch through our hip flexors, the psoas and the rectus femoris here. And let's come up. So you can push up into a child's pose. Curl the tail under as you bring your forehead down towards the floor. And then stack the spine coming up to turn around. And find your position here. Ear in line with shoulder, in line with hip, and the bottom and top legs move forward, maybe 30 degrees. Pick up your top leg, press your hand into the mat in front of your chest. You flex to go forward, plus 1, 2. Point the foot, take it back, and reach again. So really try to keep the top leg moving parallel to the ground at the same height, no matter where it is in space in this arc it's drawing through the air. Lengthen out through the heel and reach back to the sits bone, and lengthen out soft toes and reach forward with the hip bone press. We're bringing the leg back and lowering it. Rotate externally, point to go up and flex to go down. Point lift, flex low, point up, and squeeze the air out, coming down, reversing, flexing the foot, lift, and point the foot to lengthen. Flex high, point down, 1 more. Double K, bend, knee to the shoulder, lift the leg, flex, and reach it out and down, and slide it in, and up, all the way down slowly. Inhale, and exhale, suspend, and touch, reverse, up in the air with the flex foot, point, bend, and skate the leg down, get both legs to lengthen, lift, point, bend. You pull the head out, you're trying to look straight ahead and not at your leg, not at your foot. Now, rond de jambe, big circle. Forward, up, around, back, around, and through center. Do your best to keep your body stable on its side seam. Imagine you're on balance beam here, maybe 4 inches wide, and don't shift your weight forward or back. Do 1 more circle. Rotating the leg on the hip joint as you go, and then let's reverse back, up, around, forward, and touch, and back you go again. Circle around here, close the leg, and then shoot it back. We have 1 last one here. And then close, good. And then we're coming up to sitting. Okay, we're really done. So I think that's it. So guys, thank you so much for being here. We're running only till the end of this month.